Traffic. In the context of getting from A to B, bad. In the context of running your own e-commerce store, good. But traffic is only one part of the equation, as it's not uncommon for e-commerce store owners to complain about having a decent amount of traffic, but an underwhelming number of sales or conversions. So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down some highly actionable tips that you can implement right now to start turning some of that web traffic into revenue and boosting the conversion rates on your e-commerce store. So we need to ask ourselves, what's the sense in having a lot of traffic if no one is going to buy anything? But more importantly, why is no one buying anything? Truth be told, there could be any number of reasons. So let's kick things off by looking at targeting. What kind of people are you targeting with your advertising or with any other sources that you use to drive traffic to your store? Perhaps your target audience is too broad and you need to narrow it down. Or perhaps you're trying to sell sexy swimwear to senile old ladies. Please, do us all a favor, don't do that. Whatever the case, this is a good place to start when taking a look at what might be going wrong. The product or service that you offer needs to fit the behavioral patterns and the interests of your target demographic. So build a customer profile with that idea in mind and then hone in on it. Speaking of things we can look at that we might be doing wrong, let's take a moment to talk about analysis. There are a number of tools that we can use to isolate where things might not be working in your favor. Using tools such as Google Analytics, we can take a look at which exact stage of the sales funnel customers are leaving your store. We can even make use of a free tool like Hotjar to record visits on your store so that you can see when and where exactly your customers are bouncing. For example, you might notice that your customers have a tendency to leave when they get to the checkout page. And upon closer inspection, you discover that there's some kind of defect with the checkout button. Take a close look at whatever data you can, as it will often lead you to exactly where you need to go. Now let's take a look at something that people often don't put nearly as much effort into as they should, and that's presentation. I can't stress enough how important it is to make a killer first impression. No one checks into a self-professed 5-star hotel when the lobby is littered with muddy boots. Not only does a website need to be aesthetically pleasing, but it needs to flow coherently. To run with my hotel analogy, imagine placing a car park in the middle of the dining area. Everything needs to be structured logically and sensically. Make sure that your products are also appropriately categorized and grouped together. A woman in a dress and a sandwich maker. Wow, I can't imagine how that could possibly go wrong. But seriously, pay extra special attention to this. It's one of the biggest mistakes that I see e-commerce store owners make. However, there is one other of equal magnitude. So the next thing that I want to stress the importance of is selling your items. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Duh, that's the whole reason I created my store. Well, hear me out for a second. Just because the products are decent and people are coming by doesn't mean they are in any way inclined to buy anything. One of the most common mistakes that I see people make in this sense is running with the generic, out-of-the-box product descriptions, which are often just a list of generic specifications. Let's say you're selling t-shirts with pictures of wolves on them. Do you think people really care about which country it was manufactured in, or the exact ratio of fabrics used? No, they don't. First of all, you're going to want to target people who are interested in wolves, right? And then you're going to want to hook them by telling them how your shirt is going to make them want to run out in the middle of the night and bark at the moon. Or tackle a deer to the ground and rip out its jugular.
Whoa, dude.
What, too far?
Way too far.
Get creative. Put the time and effort into creating colorful descriptions that get customers excited about what it is that you have to offer. And use high quality images. Another thing that you can benefit from implementing on your store is a little thing called trust signals. Trust signals are little things such as customer reviews or testimonials, which add to the authenticity of your product, or even badges that verify that your payment portal is safe and secure. Another thing you can do is add an About Us page. where you can tell your story and get customers emotionally invested in your store. There is really no better way to assure your customers of your authenticity. Here's a bonus tip as well. Don't overdo it with the intrusive pop-ups and spamming things like countdown timers. A lot of people are mistakenly thinking that the more of these the better, and not only is it annoying, but quite frankly, it just looks shady. So we've discussed diving into the analytics and plugging any leaks, which is one thing, but what about addressing the questions or concerns that your customers have in real time? This is where you should absolutely consider customer support. When it comes to e-commerce stores, I would recommend using live chat and chatbots for this purpose. With chatbots in particular, you can configure the chat application to react to a wide range of events. A customer loaded up their shopping cart but didn't complete the checkout process? No worries. The bot will fire off asking them the reasons as to why, and you can even configure it to offer your visitors a discount. Add to that the fact that your customers can connect to live operators with any immediate questions or concerns, and you would be mad not to take advantage, especially considering that it's free. Well, our app is. Check out the link in the description below for more info. So those were our highly actionable tips that you can implement right now to convert traffic into sales on your e-commerce store. Perhaps you have some tips of your own that you would like to share, or maybe you got an idea as to what kind of video you would like to see next. Either way, please drop us a comment below and let us know what you think, and don't forget to hit that sub button to stay in the loop. Catch you all next time.